All right, good evening. It's evening now. Holy cow, the whole day's gone. Good evening, Douglas County School District community, and thank you for joining us for this town hall meeting. My name is Nate Jones. I am the communications manager for the Douglas County School District, and I'll be serving as the moderator for today's discussion. Today's town hall is scheduled for an hour. We know you have many questions, and we're going to do our best to answer as many of the common questions that we've received during our time today. This evening, you will hear from Douglas County School District Superintendent, Dr. Thomas Tucker, who I am sharing the Board of Education room with. Socially distanced, of course. He's about 20 feet from me. After that, we will hear some opening remarks from Dr. John Douglas, Executive Director for Tri-County Health Department. And again, Dr. Douglas, I do want to thank you for giving us some of your time. We know that you're spread pretty thin these days. After that, we will answer some of the questions that community members have submitted over the past few days, and we'll have a couple of you join us live to ask your questions as well. I would like to introduce our audience to the panelists for this today's discussion. Joining us tonight are Marlena Gross-Taylor, Chief Academic Officer, Nancy Ingalls, Personalized Learning Officer, Mr. Rich Cosgrove, Chief Operations Officer, Erica Mason, Director of Curriculum, Instruction, and Professional Growth. She may be here. I don't know that I see her quite yet, but again, we've got a couple of Stacy Raiders in here as well. Stephanie Crawford, Director for Mental Health, is with us. Lisa Cantor and Zach Hess, Directors for Health and Prevention, are with us as well, as Sarah Cannon, Director of Special Education, and Derek Cheney, Director for Athletics and Activities. Thank you all for giving us some of your time this evening. We've got quite a full plate, so we're going to go ahead and begin tonight's our community town hall. We just had our staff town hall. I do want to acknowledge before we begin our Board of Education directors, David Ray, Krista Holtzman, Kevin Lung, Anthony Graziano, Christina Chancho Shore, Elizabeth Hansen, and Susan Meek. Thank you for your continued participation with us. Let's get started with some introductory remarks from Superintendent Dr. Thomas Tucker.
Hello, Douglas County School District family. As Nate said, we appreciate you joining us for this very important town hall meeting, and of course for your continued partnership as we navigate these unparalleled times. I want to say thank you. These times are not easy for anyone. They're not easy for our parents, our community, our teachers, and they're certainly not easy for our students. COVID-19, from the last research I've read, has impacted at least 124,000 U.S. public schools and about 55 million children. That's about 97% of school-age children in America. However, I remain conscious of the cognitive load, the cognitive lift that is required of our staff, and of course you, our parents and community. We're asking you to be parents, we're asking you to be grandparents, caregivers, and on occasion, educators. And so we're aware of that, and we want to assure you that we're in this together. And who's really at the heart of this? Our staff, our teaching staffs, our administrative staff, and of course, our outstanding support staff members, all who come to make up the 8,600 colleagues we have here in the Douglas County School District. And I can talk about our folks all day long. These are absolute professionals, and they're ready to get back to contributing to the lives of our young people, the lives of our colleagues, and to make our community, the great Douglas County, a better community. So they're excited. Our teachers are excited, and our principals are excited to get back into the classroom. I know this year has many unknowns. We saw that back in the spring. And I've heard your concerns. I've felt your concerns. And our leaders are working hard to ensure that our plans reflect your concerns. They reflect a way that we can really get our students, get our staff members safely back into the buildings. Our number one priority is our student safety, and we want you to feel great, that you feel okay. And I know it's going to be difficult, but you're going to feel okay when you send your students back to us the week of August 17th through the 21st. As you've heard from our great building leaders by now, we will start that week, the 17th through the 21st, of bringing our students in very slowly, 20% of our students each day. We also have our Balanced Beginnings. That's our kindergarten orientation program. You'll continue to hear more about that. Again, we want to start slowly so we can keep our folks very, very safely here. These are difficult times, and our folks are going to work through these constant times as they are changing, as we fight through this global pandemic and we move through these uncharted waters. And I want to ask you, as I said last night and the last couple of weeks, I'm going to ask for your grace, your patience. No other time in the history of public education that a school community has had to go through this. And so please continue to show grace and patience. And let's protect each other. Let's help each other out. And we also ask that you engage in self-care. You're going to hear from some of our very own people here talking about the importance of self-care. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited that you are engaged. I'm excited that you are joining our town hall meeting. And my hope is that when this meeting concludes in about an hour, and I'll try to make sure we stay within that, I want you to feel more at ease as we transition our students and our staff back to school. And we want you to be excited about the opportunities that await our students this year. And I really want to thank our public health partners who've been so instrumental in helping us chart our path to return in a couple weeks. Joining us, as Nate said earlier, is Dr. John Douglas. And Dr. Douglas, you are my man of the year. You've been out and about in your role as head of the Tri-County Health Department to ensure that school leaders across the Front Range, across these three counties here, Arapahoe, Adams, and Douglas County, have the most up-to-date medical information as we decide to bring our students and staff back in. So we're going to be forever grateful to you, forever grateful for your expertise. And as I always say, I have the pleasure, I get to do this. I get to be your superintendent, families. I want to say this to you. It's a pleasure for me to serve this community. And we're in this together. I'm here with you for this fight. And tonight, for this next hour, we want to talk about how we can keep our folks safe and how we can improve the return of our students and staff. So Nate, back over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Tucker. Next, I'd like to welcome Dr. John Douglas from Tri-County Health, again, the Executive Director for Tri-County Health Department, who has graciously given us a few minutes of his time this evening. Dr. Douglas, we're grateful for your continued support and partnership. Thank you so much for being here to deliver some of your expertise and your perspective to our discussion tonight. Dr. Douglas, the floor is yours for opening remarks.
Nate, thank you very much. And thank you, Dr. Tucker. I'm glad I'm your man of the year, Dr. Tucker, because you're well, except that I have a number of superintendents who are superheroes like you. I have many men and women of the year, but I remain in extraordinary admiration for the work that the school districts is doing, the Board of Education is doing. I can't think of anything more important to be supporting as we navigate our way through the pandemic than the education of our children. It's, as all of you know, it's more than education. It's their health, it's their socioeconomic, socio-emotional development. And I think if I get another life, I want to be a school superintendent or at least a school teacher because you guys do such fantastic work. So thank you. Let me begin by giving you a little bit of kind of like update about where things stand with the pandemic. As I walk down to my basement office, my wife, who's a volunteer contact tracer with Tri-County, she's a retired doc, but wanted to get involved, told me she just heard Dr. Fauci talk about tens of millions of doses of vaccine likely available in January. I don't want to get too excited about that because I used to do vaccine research, and I do think that's going to be one of our big solutions. But you know that it's quite a ways from here until January, and we've got an epidemic to navigate. We've got critical community functions like our schools to keep going during that time period. Let me say that Douglas County has been on a roller coaster. Thank goodness the roller coaster is a lower magnitude roller coaster than what the state and certainly the nation has been undergoing. Colorado did pretty well in the springtime, and by early June, we got down to what I think was actually a pretty manageable level. And then we began to see cases climb. And unfortunately, although Douglas County, of my 3 counties, has done far and away the best in terms of number of cases, number of hospitalizations, it too began to see changes happening. And we saw between mid-June and mid-July, cases double within Douglas County. Now that was doubling from a low rate, and it was also doubling at a time we were doing more testing, although our test positivity rate, you may hear that term referred to, that's sort of a barometer about when we see test numbers go or case numbers going up. Is that real, or is that just an artifact of testing? And when we do more testing, but the test positivity rate goes up, it's probably real. So there probably really was something going on in Douglas County. And even though we weren't seeing bad outcomes, the hospitalization situation remained pretty flat. And we saw very few mortalities, which was really good. It worried me because I realized that as community transmission began to increase, some of the things like reopening of our schools was going to become more challenging. I'm pleased to report this evening that Douglas County numbers, like really numbers in Colorado, have been improving pretty impressively for the last 8 to 10 days or so. I honestly think this is probably due to some of the steps that the governor took, closing bars at the end of June, restricting hours of purchase of alcohol in those places that stayed open about 10 days ago. And then I'm a major believer in the use of face masks. I'm very sorry this has become a politicized issue, but the mandate that the governor issued on July 16th, I think has really made a big difference. We monitor face mask usage in our communities, and Douglas County already had pretty good levels of compliance. They've gotten a lot better. They're up around 95% or so. And I think that really is not a coincidence that we've seen declining rates during that period of time. So the pandemic picture looks pretty good. I don't want to get complacent because I think part of the reason that Colorado has not become like Arizona or Florida or Texas or Missouri is that we've got good weather. We can be outside and socialize because we all want to socialize. And we can do that in a way where we get good ventilation. But I am relatively confident that we're going to get to that August 17th date Dr. Tucker mentioned, which is only 12 days away, in good shape. Now, I do want to say that Douglas County has done a fantastic job. We really have appreciated the work that the whole team has done trying to develop safety standards for coming back. I totally applaud the notion that the safety and the education of the students is the top priority, but we also want to be very attentive to the safety of staff. Lisa Canner has done a great job in being attentive to all that. She's one of our best partners thinking through these various issues. And I do believe the matrix of protective measures that Douglas County has set up with the staggered schedule Dr. Tucker talked about, I think that's critically important to get people coming back into an environment where we're going to try to ask people to stay home if they're sick, screen yourself before you come in. There are going to be altered class schedules. There's going to be more use of face masking. The schools are going to be paying as much close attention as possible to ventilation. You know, the more we can get that fresh outdoor air in, the better. And I think that again, it's a bunch of layers that no one is perfect, but I think taken together, they provide really a substantial amount of protection. I do want to do one reality check. And the reality check is that no matter what we do until we get a vaccine and we get that vaccine into lots of people, we will see cases. We've had cases in Douglas County in the summer. We've had cases in adults and we've had cases in children. And if you simply live your life, unfortunately right now, since we do have community transmission, we're going to see cases occurring. One thing I think is important to point out, headlines over the weekend, first day of school, kid in Indiana, positive on the first day. What the media, I don't think, really well covered was the kid was positive on the first day because he'd been living his life and he came back to school having already been infected. And so what we've learned from Europe is that the majority of cases that occur in kids in school are actually not occurring due to school-based transmission. When the schools are as careful as Douglas County has been, transmission can happen, but it's much more likely to be happening in the communities. But I just want all of us to realize if we get a case or two or three, and we probably will, we got to keep it in perspective. We're seeing cases in other places, and we've got to realize that that's very likely to reflect what's happening in the rest of a teacher's life or a student's life, even though, again, we don't want to take things for granted. I want to mention that we in public health had a little bit of a curveball thrown at us last week. Lisa, you and I haven't talked about this yet, but I think you're aware of it. The State Health Department issued some guidance for how to manage circumstances with sick kids in classrooms. We're in the process of trying to work through that guidance because some of it, I think, is honestly a little challenging to implement in terms of, in any kind of symptom. Certainly should keep a kid home, but we want to work carefully to make sure that if there's an exposure in a classroom, it gets managed in a safe and reasonable way. And we're trying to work through that right now, because again, that has been a little bit of something that we've been dealing with. The governor made some statement last week that schools can open reasonably safely. Take that reasonably for a grain of salt in a way. I think nothing is perfect, but I do think that what he was referring to is that we've got schools that have taken great precautions. And I guess the last thing I want to say is that Douglas County, to me, has had one of the most impressive engagement processes of any district I've seen. The work that the district did to engage parents and teachers and staff and was, if I could have done anything close to that when I do public health planning, then I could really be man of the year, Dr. Tucker, but we haven't done what you've done. And I'm really in awe of the kind of engagement that you've gotten. I guess the last thing I want to say is that we'll begin school, or you guys will begin school. I'm your advisor. I'm not running the show for you, with the realization that things could change. Things could get worse in the fall. One thing we really, really, really want to push is that all parents get their kids caught up on their vaccinations. Vaccinations like face masks have gotten to be, unfortunately, a little overly politicized. But the last thing we need to see in schools is kids getting pertussis, God forbid, measles, which is even more infectious. And we really want to make this year the year that all of us in Colorado, the adults and the kids, do the best job possible of getting what all of us are supposed to get every year, which is a flu vaccine. Because what Dr. Tucker and Lisa and others are going to be dealing with when flu hits is kids who have the flu, and then we worry, is this COVID? And it just complicates the situation. So if there's one thing we can proactively do right now, the vaccines aren't quite out there yet, but they will be soon, is to make sure we're up to date on those vaccinations so we can really optimize our chances for a highly effective and safe school year. So thanks, Dr. Tucker. Always appreciate being with you.
Thank you.
And stay well, and I will be checking in with you.
We appreciate it.
Thank you, Dr. Douglas. Thank you for your time tonight. We appreciate it as always.
Take care.
Yeah, please have a great rest of your evening. We are now going to answer some questions that we've received from our community through the survey. I do want to reiterate that we are going to answer as many common questions as we can during our hour today. Any questions we're not able to get to due to time constraints will still be addressed as we continue updating our frequently asked questions page on the DCSD Road to Return website. I do not believe we got confirmation for this first caller, but I do want to make sure that this question is answered. We did get a question regarding 100% e-learning. And this question is, we're going to start, will teachers be teaching online like in person, or would it be assignments for students to finish on a daily basis as it was in the spring? And Marlena, I will address that question to you.
Absolutely, Nate. So unlike the spring, teachers will be instructing students consistently in live sessions throughout the day. Students won't be on their computers all day long because we do have to be mindful of balance, but they will have a schedule that they follow, which will include live and direct instruction each and every day, time for kids to process, to work independently, whatever the concept or topic that they're speaking of, and then coming back together and going on to the next subject or whatever it might be in their schedule. If you would like to see a sample schedule of e-learning 100% option, if you go to our district website and click the tab that says Road to Return, The entire plan is there and has sample schedules for e-learning as well as for hybrid, so you can have a better idea of what it entails.
Great, thank you, Marlene. And as a follow-up, we've been getting questions about the offerings available through the platform, specifically regarding advanced academics. What can parents who select the e-learning option expect from that?
So with our 100% e-learning, we've had all summer to really not only be reflective about best practice when it comes to teaching in a virtual environment, but also what are we using to teach? And we have purchased Edgenuity. We are using that currently for credit recovery because it is so broad in the course offerings. And so we'll be using that as our primary curriculum for our 100% e-learning. With Edgenuity, what makes it really just special is that it offers a wide variety of AP courses, as well as honors level courses and standard level courses at the high school level in particular. We know that those are classes our students can choose from now. It also offers electives. And so we want to make sure that our kids have a comprehensive experience, even if it's in a virtual platform, on a virtual platform. So Edgenuity offers many of the same electives that our kids enjoy now in class, and they'll still have access to that. In addition, we have supports within Edgenuity that support our ELD students and also our special education students.
Awesome. Thank you, Marlena. And checking with Chris, our producer, real quick. Chris, do we have Frias on the line? Were we able to get that caller?
We do not.
Okay. Well, thank you. We're still going to ask Frias's question, however. This one asks, what days are going to be in-person learning? And if we have different age groups at schools like elementary and middle school, are we going to be able to have them in the same days of in-person learning? So I think this is relating to, can family members be in the same cohorts? Marlena, is that something that is possible?
Absolutely. So school leadership, Ted Knight and our executive directors of schools, they have been working hard with our IT department and also our data department as well to do a lot of that cohorting in Infinite Campus, which is where we take attendance and those types of things. So taking the pressure as much as possible off of our schools, but having to do that by hand, and also helping to ensure that our families, particularly if you have kids in multiple buildings, and I have been there before, that they're all together on the same days of the hybrid learning.
Thanks, Marlena. And I'm going to turn to Nancy for this next question. What we've gotten from a couple of parents with children with special needs. Parent Julia specifically asks, what might a typical e-learning day look like for a student that has an IEP?
I'm happy to take that question for Julia. So for our students with IEPs who have selected the 100% e-learning option, first and foremost, they will be scheduled into their regular classes or something comparable to their regular classes through e-learning. In addition to that, they will have a special education teacher working with them virtually on that e-learning content and providing interventions, as well as collaborating with the e-learning teachers. All special education services for our 100% e-learners will be delivered virtually, just as they were in the spring. Related service providers will provide those services virtually. And if related service providers were working together to co-lead groups or co-treat groups of students, they can continue to do that as well. When an IEP meeting is required, those will be scheduled and those can take place virtually. It is possible also that IEP meetings could be held in person or maybe in a blended fashion. And then of course, if parents have any questions about the services and how it's working with e-learning with their students, they should absolutely be reaching out to their case manager or service providers at any time to address those.
Thank you, Nancy. Thank you for that response. We are going to pivot here. We do have a caller on the line now. I do believe Betty is with us. Betty, are you online?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi, Betty. Thanks for joining us this evening.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Please go ahead and ask your question.
Sure. So my question is, are there specific guidelines that will drive the return to 100% e-learning, such as certain percentage increase or uptick in COVID cases? If so, what are the data that are a part of calculating this percentage? Is there a trend line parents can watch that will provide predictive evidence for this change?
That's a great question. I believe that this was an item at the Board of Education meeting last night. So Dr. Tucker, I will turn to you for this response.
Yeah. Thanks, Nate. Last night, we had the pleasure to present the Douglas County School District Road to Return Decision Dashboard. Now, it is in its very draft form. Dr. Douglas kind of alluded to it a little earlier. I want to talk about some of those metrics. Are we able, Nate, to project the dashboard, the draft dashboard on the screen?
Yes. So Chris, who just came in here to adjust your camera, he is going to hop onto the computer in the back and he's going to throw it up. There it is right there on the Zoom. So that graphic is now live.
Okay, very good. With consultation with staff throughout our district, especially working with the 200 task force members and the 2,000, and some of our viewers here may have taken part as a task force member, one of those 200 task force members, or you filled out, or you were one of those 2,000 respondents to the survey that we sent out to take part on the task force. This is some of the fruit of your labor right here. And one of the recommendations was to create some type of dashboard. Now, this dashboard is based on targets. These are not hardline targets. They will change. It is based upon what some of our governmental entities across the United States utilize when they are deciding whether or not to open up establishments. As you heard Dr. Douglas say earlier, whether you would open up a bar, a restaurant, a shopping center, things like that, public places. So we've taken that particular model and created a decision-making dashboard. Again, these are not hardline stats, but what we do have, we have information. Many decision makers in looking at whether or not to open up school or the establishments I just mentioned use a multitude of data. So let's talk about some of the things that we're using right now. So this is our COVID-19 risk level guidance. At the very top, this is the number one thing that guides us. As you know, Colorado, under the leadership of our governor, Jared Polis, and the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment have these three main metrics: protect our neighbors, safer at home, and stay at home. And right now, Colorado is under safer at home. And so we've looked at things like positivity rates that for which you've heard tonight from Dr. Douglas. We're going to look at the incident rates. How many folks are testing positive per 100,000 folks in our county? There are approximately 350,000 residents in Douglas County. So we're looking at how many folks is the rate at 100 who test positive. We want to make sure that that rate is lower. When we look at protect our neighbors, as you know, we're not in protect our neighbors. Some of you may have heard that the county applied for protect our neighbor status. I am very hopeful that we'll eventually get there. We're not there yet. Colorado and our county, hence, is at safer at home. But when we look at our metrics here, we want to see a positivity rate of less than 5%. You know, preferably around 3 to 5% of these new cases that are ticking up when you look at the incident rates. We also want to look at hospitalizations. How many folks are in hospital beds due to COVID? We want to look at deaths, unfortunately, as well as state metrics. Our health departments, Tri-County Health Department in this case, which represents Adams, Arapahoe, and Douglas County, have created or are creating metrics, as well as the state health department. And sometimes the metrics that they use will be a little different, but what will not be different are the three metrics that we have to use, issued by the governor as well as the state health department. Even if our rates dictate that we're in this protect our neighbor area where we said we have less than 5% positivity rate, less than 100 incidents per 100,000. We eat and breathe this stuff quite a bit. We've been watching this since March. And because we watch these numbers closely, as many of you parents know, and community members, we were able to safely have an in-person graduation, one of the first school districts on the Front Range to do so. And we did it rather safely. And we're going to follow some of these same metrics to safely open our schools. So I'm going to continue with some of the things we're going to look at that would perhaps mean that we could have in-person learning. That's 5 days per week with an e-learning option. I know many of your students and parents, you've selected the e-learning option. So with in-person or the hybrid model that I'll get to next, we'll have an e-learning option for parents and for teachers to teach as well. So in person, 5 days a week, face coverings. As you know, we are requiring here in the Douglas County School District face coverings for pre-K through 12 students, unless they're outside, and for all staff, in addition to the other COVID-19 mitigating factors, strategies. Social distancing by 6 feet when possible, and we're going to be ready come August 17th to start bringing our students in at a 20% clip each day for that week. As you know, our great teaching staff and support staff started work this week on August 4th, and our new staff started on August 3rd. Now let's look at the hybrid model, the model that the board has adopted. So we're at Safer at Home now. Positivity rates between 5% and 9%. When I looked a couple hours ago, we were right at 5.2, 5.3%. And we're looking at cases between 101 to 200 out of 100,000. As Dr. Douglas said, and our other folks who watch this, members of my cabinet, you've done, Douglas County, an amazing job. We're at about 89 cases per 100,000. So Douglas County, please continue doing the great things that you're doing. By the way, we are the healthiest county in America. So this shows that we're doing a great job. And the voluntary masking at 95%, that's great, because as a community, folks, this is how we're going to get these numbers down and get our young people back in school. So in the hybrid learning model, there's a cohort of students where students are in-person learning 2 days a week, and they have online instruction 3 days a week. Again, continuing with face covering and the 6 feet social distancing when possible. And now let's move over to stay at home. And I have to say to our folks, as I continue to maintain, even back in June, when we thought we could have, we would be looking at this time full in-person learning, we cannot do this safely where we have 10% or greater positivity rate and 200 or plus more of our students are our students and community members testing positive per 100,000 in this case here. So we want to make sure that we watch these metrics here, and we'll continue to look at hospitalization rates, death rates, and what we're going to do here that's going to be unique in the Douglas County School District, which was offered up by our Board of Education last night. Let's look at how this virus, this COVID-19 virus, is impacting our district. Let's look at the hospitalizations, if that information is available, obviously, to us. We're not going to invade anyone's privacy, but if we are able to look at the number of folks who are in isolation, the number of folks who've tested positive, that will give us a greater and a more in-depth snapshot, a unique snapshot of what's happening in the Douglas County School District. So that would mean 100% e-learning for everyone, including the students who are already signed up for e-learning. I think we have about 5,600 students who've already signed up for e-learning to start the year off. So in a situation where we have a positivity rate greater than 10% and other factors, 100% e-learning for all staff and students, transition to 100% e-learning until further notice. And we also will encourage e-learning interactions where our teachers are still meeting with our kids, albeit virtually, as they would in hybrid learning and in person. Nate, I hope that that answers some of the questions that our caller raised and our viewers have. This snapshot here, this dashboard in very much a draft form, is available on the district's website, just like our plan. And again, I want to thank all of you for your input in our plan and your suggestions that you've sent to us. And as you've heard tonight, I'm just so proud of our plan that as it has evolved using the best knowledge available, the best medical knowledge that's out there. And so again, I'm happy to always talk with you and certainly welcome the advice of our health experts as we try to safely bring your students, your 68,000 students and our beloved staff members back here safely.
Thank you, Dr. Tucker. And again, that website is www.dcsdk12.org/road to return. We have an FAQ page there that is being continuously updated as we continue to receive your questions. We are seeing your questions on our YouTube chat, so please keep asking. If we don't respond to those in the chat, we don't get to them during this town hall, we will make sure that those are added to the FAQ. So thank you so much for your patience. We're going to continue now and pivot to athletics and activities. We've gotten a lot of questions about the sports that will take place during the fall and the activities that will be allowed. So we've invited Mr. Derek Cheney, who is our Director of Athletics and Activities, on to talk a little bit about that. So Derek, what can folks expect from athletics and activities this fall?
Well, the timing's pretty good for this town hall, Nate. We just got guidance from the Colorado High School Activities Association yesterday, CHASA. And so we've all been kind of just waiting to see how our seasons were going to look. So during the summer, we've been able to get out there and get our student athletes and our activity folks, some marching band kiddos have been able to get out there and work with their sponsors. But following CHASA's guidance, this fall, we're going to offer 4 sports. It's going to be boys golf, boys tennis, girls softball, and boys and girls cross country. So CHASA has kind of divided the year up into 4 seasons. They're determining season A, B, C, and D. So we will do those 4 sports here at the start of the school year and go till mid-October. And then CHASA, and again, they submitted their proposal to the governor's office. And so there was a COVID-19 response team that worked on that. So the other seasons will start second semester. So we'll have a season B will start in January, season C will be in March, and finally the last season, D, will be May, and we've extended a little bit. So we're going to go into late June. So that's kind of new for us, this whole thing. And every season seems to be shortened a little bit. So they're not quite the 10 or 11 week season. It might be more of a 8 or 9 week season, or in some cases a 6 or 7 week season. So we're going to continue to follow, like we have been, state and local health orders. In addition to CHASA guidance, we screen our student athletes, the disinfecting of the equipment and supplies, the social distancing when we can, washing hands, wearing masks. We'll continue to do that like we've done all summer. E-learning students, they are certainly welcome to participate in our extracurricular activities, not just athletics, but activities as well. So whether a student chose e-learning or the hybrid, if they would like, they will still have the opportunity to participate in our programs. We will have, with the athletics and the cohorting, there's some natural cohorting that occurs, but with levels, varsity practice together, JV, freshmen, they all practice together. So some natural cohorting there. However, even if a student goes to school on Monday, Wednesday, they're still going to practice every day that week or a game that night, or if they go Tuesday, Thursday. So that may be a little different than it looks like during the school day, because they will go to practice every day, not just the days they're in school. So we were excited to finally get some guidance from CHASA, and it's probably not exactly what we wanted. It's going to be weird to have no fall with Friday night lights and football, but it's the safest for our students right now. And
athletes everywhere are having to adapt. We're seeing it in the major league sports, and obviously our adaptable athletes here in Douglas County will have to adjust as well, right?
Absolutely. And we're excited, and same on the activities front, to offer those students an opportunity. So we got some guidance, and we're putting things in place, and just excited for what we can offer. So.
Great. Well, thank you, Derek, and thank you for taking some time to join us for the town hall this evening. We are going to move along and head over to cohort quarantine question. We've got something from Erin here, and she wants to know when a cohort would be required to quarantine and what is considered exposure to the virus. So we're going to bring on our Director of Health, Lisa Cantor, to take this question. Lisa?
Good evening, everybody. Great question, Erin. The official definition of exposure is when somebody is in close contact with someone, which is defined as 6 feet or less for 15 minutes or more, regardless of mask wearing. If you're at home caring for somebody who's sick with COVID, if you've had direct physical contact with someone who is sick or had respiratory droplets from someone who is sick land on yourself, or you've shared utensils or shared food with somebody who is sick with COVID-19. So the question that is a little bit confusing is about classrooms. So that's the official definition of exposure, but we also consider exposure to be those who are in the same classroom as teachers and students. So if somebody tests positive, either a teacher or a student in a classroom setting, they are considered exposed regardless of whether they are 6 feet or 3 feet and have been wearing masks. So those folks that will be considered exposed and will have to quarantine for 14 days in order to see if symptoms of the illness develop. After those 14 days are over, if no one has had symptoms, they can come back to their setting. If they do want to get tested within that quarantine period and you are asymptomatic, it is recommended that you wait at least 7 days before you get tested if you have no symptoms. So I think some of the guidance that Dr. Douglas was alluding to that is perhaps posing a little confusion is the latest guidance from the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment. And that was issued on 7/30 regarding cases and outbreaks in school. So the definition of what a cohort is probably what needs to be refined a little, because that will determine which groups of kids will be considered exposed. So we'll look for more refinement from them in terms of what that definition means, and then who we have to reach out to in terms of quarantining.
Thank you, Lisa. And along those same veins, we'll bring Nancy Ingalls back just to talk about the communication piece. Obviously, our department would be involved in that. But Lisa, but Nancy, what takes place when an outbreak or a quarantine situation happens? How does that get communicated out to families?
Yes, so when we have somebody diagnosed with COVID and there is a quarantine or exposure like Mrs. Cantor described, we have a team of people that work together to plan that communication. That team includes the school leader, our health services staff, the school nurse and the nursing leadership, Tri-County Health, and our communications department. And so they plan the communication and determine who that communication needs to go to. And the groups of people that receive that information are everybody who would be considered exposed. So if the exposure is only limited to one class or one group of people, then those are the people that are notified. For students, their parents are notified, and for adults and staff members, they would be notified as well. If it is multiple classes or multiple groups of students, again, those are the people that would receive the communication.
Great, thank you, Nancy. We are going to continue to move along. Chris, I'm going to ask you, do we have caller Carl Anderson with us in our Zoom? He had confirmed, is he on the line with us?
He is not.
Okay. All right. I will ask his question real quick, and we're looking for a quick response. We'd like to try and answer as many of these remaining questions as possible. Carl's question, if a student or faculty member becomes symptomatic during the school day, is there an area identified within the school that will allow for isolation? And again, Lisa, I'll bring you on to address that one.
Sure. Thanks for that question. All school nurse consultants will be working with their building level leadership to define a specific area in the building to separate routine medication administration and procedures from students or staff who become ill. Those areas may look different in every building due to the physical nature of those areas that are used as health rooms, but absolutely we will work to separate in every single school a place where ill children can remain till their parents can come get them. Same with staff. And there will also be protective equipment available for staff in order to serve those students to maximize safety.
Great, thank you. Thank you for that, Lisa. Moving along, we're going to talk about a question we got from several parents about socialization at schools, and we'll pull from Vicky's question here. Zach Hess, if you'd like to help address this one, what is being done to ensure that students can safely socialize while they're at school and in-person learning?
Yeah, thanks, Nate. Great question, and it's really highlighting the importance of our kids' needs to socialize. And we talked about before about connection being our #1 protective factor. It's really important. And so I want all the parents to be confident to know that all our leaders, our school leaders and our school teachers all understand this. And, we teach this 3 for 33 concept where we go over all the rules and procedures and we go over those, really explicitly at the beginning of the school year so that the kids understand those rules. And so there's going to be specific rules, specific places in the classroom that they're going to utilize together, equipment that they're going to use, and they're going to go over those safety procedures so that they can be together and they can be kids. Sometimes kids might not follow those rules, and we have to really take that approach of seeking first to understand and just talking to those kiddos and finding out what was the reason for that, and maybe they're just misunderstanding something, and really working for them. We have a lot of professional development to help teachers dig deeper into this using restorative practices and trauma responsive practices to kind of help kids and the teachers navigate that, because it can be stressful, but we all know the importance of kids being able to socialize, and we're going to ensure that's happening safely.
Great, thank you, Zach. Next question revolves around having those hard conversations with your kiddos, and we're going to bring on your compatriot, Stephanie Crawford, to address this one. Stephanie, what resources are available that could help parents talk with their children about the physical distancing procedures that are in place when they're hanging out and they're socializing with their friends?
Sure. I have a lot of good tips for parents to think about, regardless of what topic they're needing to speak with their child and discuss. And so first off, it's really important when we're talking with our kids that we keep it short, about 5 minutes at a time, a few talking points. We want to keep their interest, keep them engaged, and not have it, run on and lose their focus. And we call this dosing in the world of medicine, in sports, and the same with communication. This is the best strategy in order to make sure we have meaningful conversations that students can think about and then have follow-up conversations as you go. And it's especially important when you're having a really hard conversation, like talking about COVID and social distancing. One thing you want to make sure before you have your conversation is that you're also in a really good place to have that conversation emotionally, and that you're calm. You want to keep the talk positive. You want to focus on what you and your child can do and not on the gloom and doom of, the situation we're in right now. And this talk about being in a pandemic and COVID-19 is really scary for a lot of our children and our teenagers. So make sure when you're talking with them that you're keeping it short, you're engaging them, you're really listening to their answers, and you're making it so that they have an opportunity to be communicating with you and not you just communicating at them, so that they don't disengage or shut down and they don't want to talk to you. Make sure that you're asking open-ended questions to your kids so that they have an opportunity to really think about it and come up with a discussion with you. You could ask them questions like, what do you know about physical distancing during this time that you're going to be at school? And if they don't know, this is your time to show them what you know and give them a few pointers. If they do know, then listen to them, restate what they said so they know you're really, really, really hearing them. And then add something that you want to make sure they know and that you wanted to include. And then ask how they're feeling about this. What are their concerns? Really get at the point of what's most important to them. Again, really actively listening and restating and showing them that what they're saying to you is important and that you care about them being a part of decisions and that you trust them to engage with you and then make good decisions for their safety and for others. So when you're talking to them, tell them that you have expectations about social distancing as well and why those are your expectations so they understand better. But remember to keep it short because you're going to have more conversations in the future. So once you've had that first conversation and you're ready to have another short one, you can say to them, for example, hey, remember that time that we were talking about physical distancing? And then you can go on to your next points. Or, I really need some ideas for when our neighbor comes over and how we can be safe when they want to talk. Or you can say, I was thinking about our conversation we had this morning, and I think it would be really hard to stay apart from friends. So do you have any ideas about how to do this once you start school? And get them thinking and get them to be a part of the conversation with you. And I think you'll find for yourself and for them that it's much easier to engage and come up with decisions that are good for your family.
Thank you, Dr. Crawford. And while I have you here, and speaking of conversations, we've gotten a lot of questions about counselors, both in person and for those that choose the e-learning option. What is the accessibility there for students to be able to talk with their counselors?
Counselors, as well as school psychologists and social workers, are available for all students in our district. And the counselors and other mental health professionals are going to provide both in-person and virtual supports to the students, regardless of what learning situation they choose, whether that's the hybrid model or they choose e-learning. It's also really important that people know that counselors are going to be introducing themselves to students at the beginning of the year, and they're going to do that in a variety of ways. They may meet with some students individually, they may meet in small groups, and they'll go to the in-person classrooms and the virtual classrooms so that they can reach every student. And this is important because these initial meetings are going to be a way that, they say, this is me, I'm your counselor, especially if the student is new to them. They'll be able to tell the student how they can support them if the student comes to talk to them. And then they'll encourage them to please come and request a session, no matter how small you think your problem is. It's important to the counselor to help students. And then as well as how to go and request those sessions when they do want to talk. And then the counselors are going to provide these direct supports along with the psychologists and social workers. And they're going to use a variety of cognitive behavioral strategies, which are evidence-based and we know work with our students. And there are specific curriculum that they're going to have as part of those sessions. For example, BrainWise, Mind Up, and Why Try are really popular and well-vetted resources. They're also going to be able to give students strategies on how to deal with worries and anxiety and stress about being in a pandemic and COVID-19. And then on top of that, of all the work they're going to do just personally with the students, they are working hard in their buildings every day with the principal, the assistant principal, the teachers and staff to make sure that not only can they get support from mental health providers, but that social emotional learning and skill building is happening every day embedded in the classroom routines. So teachers are going to do mindfulness activities. Universal curriculums will be used in order to teach skills and have our students be able to be more resilient and deal with stress. And we're going to ask that they set up their classrooms in a restorative way, as well as really build on relationships. And that's going to be how they help.
Great. Thank you, Dr. Crawford, so much for detailing that for us. We are going to push a little bit beyond our 6 o'clock cut because we did start just a little bit late, and I want to have just a few more questions answered for our community. So we are going to press forward. We're going to get into some special needs supports, and we do have Sarah Cannon in here, who is a director of special education. Sarah, I just have a couple of quick questions for you here. One question that we received from one of our survey responses was, I've heard that students with IEPs on the hybrid model will possibly be able to spend more than 2 days in buildings to get the supports they need. What are plans in terms of students with mild and moderate needs?
Thank you. So students who are in center-based programs will attend school 4 days a week, with that 5th day being time for them to access additional supports, either virtually or with their teacher and related service providers. Students with more mild, moderate needs will attend school in the 2-day cohort model, but they will still receive all these services on their IEPs on days that they're in person and days that they're at home. And also on that 5th day, they will receive touch-ins with their teachers, and also related service providers will address their needs on those days as well. If there's a need to consider a change in service time, an IEP team will meet.
Great, thank you for that. And are DCSD's protocols in alignment with the special needs recommendations published by AAP and CDE, the Colorado Department of Education?
Yes, so all of our individual student needs will be addressed by IEP teams and schools in a case-by-case basis. All students on IEPs will receive a free, appropriate public education in their least restrictive environment. And the services will be delivered in person and virtually. We'll be using all 5 days of the week to deliver services. So you may expect some of your related service providers to reach out to your family to schedule service time on those in-home days. And then also special education providers will continue to monitor, progress monitor IEP goals. We'll still have IEP meetings in person, virtually, and have a blended model. If you have any questions about your child's IEP, please reach out to your case manager, your building administration, or me or my staff, and we'll be happy to address those. But again, all IEP services will be met for all students in a variety of settings, so that we can address their needs, and it will just flow like all school flows, and we'll be able to flex to in-person and e-learning as needed.
Great, thank you, Sarah, and thank you everyone from the Personalized Learning Department for joining us this evening. I know we've got basically all of our directors here with us, so thank you so much for your time. Is Rich Cosgrove, our Chief Operations Officer, on with us this evening? We've got a couple of Stacy Raiders in here.
Yes, this is Rich. Thank you.
Great. So Rich is one of our Stacy Raiders. Fantastic. Rich, thank you for being here. We are going to push on through to a question that we've received from many folks in our community regarding transportation. So thank you for being here with us this evening. And I'm just going to spit it out here, Rich. Which bus routes are going to be eliminated due to some of the things that we've had to do around social distancing and whatnot?
Yes, thank you so much for the question. It's very disheartening as a public servant and provider not to always provide the levels of service we've been able to in the past, but because of the mandates to ensure the health and safety of our students, we are limited to 1 student per seat. And that's anywhere from 24 to 26 students on one of our large buses that have typically 77 students on it. So we're very limited in our capacity. Also, we will always transport students with special needs, homeless and foster students. And because of this, and because of the national shortage of bus drivers, we are severely limited in those routes that we can provide. And so in essence, in alignment with the task force recommendations approved by our Board of Education, we will be able to transport students who reside 2.5 miles from their assigned elementary school and 5 miles from their assigned middle and high school in order to honor the most distant routes and rural routes. And we will no longer be able to provide transportation for students who reside within gated communities, because those take more drivers, more time to go in those gated communities, pick up students. We've been able to do that in the past, but unfortunately we can't now. Students for before and after school, international baccalaureate, and other programming, as well as students for band. We've been able to transport those in the past, but unfortunately we can't now. And then students who are open enrolled. We did have some routes that we were able to accommodate last year, but unfortunately we can't. So those are the routes that we can no longer support under this current environment. We hope to restore some of these routes and reduce the mileage away from schools that we'll be able to provide. It depends on the number of riders in the hybrid model. The invitation via school messenger went to all eligible parents today, but we are also facing shortages with drivers too, so we're balancing those. So we'll continue to try the best we can, but I wanted to give everyone an update, so thank you.
Thank you, Rich, and we appreciate your time tonight. And we know that these are not easy decisions. So thank you for all that you do for the Douglas County School District. Dr. Tucker, we're actually here at the end of our show. So I did want to give you the opportunity to leave our audience with any closing remarks. So should you choose?
Sure. First, thanks to our viewers tonight, and thanks to all of our parents here and our staff, of course, our teachers, support staff, and administrators for joining us tonight. Special thanks to our communications department, the entire staff there, and especially a big round of applause to Nate Jones. So let's give Nate a virtual round of applause here. Nate, did you get any applause? You see any applause?
I'm seeing a little bit of it, yeah.
A little bit, okay. So thank you, Nate. Thank you for being our host tonight. I really believe for us to defeat this enemy we're dealing with, it's going to take an entire village, the entire village of the Douglas County School District. We can do this because what is the alternative? And that alternative is not in our DNA, and that's to fail. We cannot fail our students, we cannot fail our teachers, our support staff, our administrators, and we cannot fail our families. But together we can do this. We can do this with our partners in the healthcare community and our business partners. And I certainly want to thank them. I want to thank the Dr. Douglases of the world and the great people at the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment for helping us along this journey. So again, speaking of the importance of having a village along this journey to defeat this enemy. We're also, as you heard, we are attuned to the mental health impact of COVID-19 on our students, staff, parents, and community. As you heard from Dr. Crawford and Mr. Hess very eloquently talking about our compassionate counselors, our psychologists, and our social workers who are going to work closely with your students. They're going to use a multi-tiered support system. We know that all students who will come back here won't need the same level of support. Some of our students and staff will need greater support because our kids have not been here since March. And we're going to be here to address whatever level of support our students need. And I want to thank our community. In November of 2018, you helped us pass 5A and 5B, our MLO and our bond. That helped really propel us to better address this unforeseen demon that has invaded the American shores that's causing havoc in our district right now. You have allowed us to hire 80 plus new counselors to help our students and our staff when we do return here in a couple of weeks. You've allowed us to provide additional funding to better prepare our buildings for openings. You've allowed us to have additional funding for staff. And so again, I want to thank you, because without your support in November of 2018, this would be very, very difficult. And I really wanted to give you another thank you. Also, knowing that our staff and students will need more support, we have to believe in the concept that many of you are hearing, and that is Maslow before Bloom. In that, we need to ensure that our students and our staff, our school community, feels that we have taken care of their heart. We've taken care of their basic needs before we can expect them to learn. That is also true to you parents, because we asked you last March, and we're going to ask you right now to help with the education of our students. You're not being asked to do it alone. We're here together, and we're grateful for your support as we try to bring our students back here in the next couple of weeks. Also knowing that if this disease continues to proliferate as it has in many parts of the country, thank goodness it has not been the case here in Douglas County, we may have to at some point pivot, transition to a full e-learning model. And we ask again for your grace and your compassion if that were to happen. Again, it speaks to us as a community having to tackle this enemy together. And lastly, I want to say thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to serve as your superintendent. Thank you for being an engaged community. This is not our last town hall we're going to have this school year. We're going to continue to engage you. We're going to continue to update you as these things change during these unpredictable times. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in tonight, and have a great evening. Nate.
Thank you, Dr. Tucker. And I'll just reiterate, thank you everyone that spent your time with us this evening, engaged with us, continue to ask questions. We know that this time is not easy for anyone. I'm a parent of 3 kids in our school district. So thank you for your patience. Thank you for your engagement. Please continue to visit dcsdk12.org/road to return for the latest up-to-date information on this return plan, for any updates if things change, and they inevitably will. And please just stay with us. We'll do this together. I want to thank our friends, Chris Shalene and Stacy Blaylock in the communications department for doing all the behind the scenes work. Stacey Rader for manning comments in the YouTube. And again, please send your questions our way. We will continue to update that FAQ on our website. Thank you, everyone. Have a fantastic evening, and we'll see you guys soon.